Hello, everybody. Good evening and good welcome into the 2024 season of the ARMA Team League. Fifth season consecutively at this point, I think, right? Five? Yeah,
That's correct.
that is how that works. Yeah. So my name's Veggie, and I've got Cheese here with me tonight, as
Hello,
always.
hello, everyone.
Hello. Uh, this season's looking really good. We've got a full 16 teams. We've got a lot of teams with 5 players in them.
Yeah, it's
Jam-packed.
actually quite insane getting the full 16 teams. Like you mentioned, I think we have like almost 80 players in total from every state, I believe. And then we also got a few international teams, which is really great.
Yes, and we'll in fact be watching one of the international teams here tonight, I believe, right? Of course, everything is broken
Yes.
despite me triple checking it ahead of time. Where are we? Here we are. So yeah, we'll be watching the very first team in this list here, which I believe goes by Dong Hong Kong, Hong Kong Dong. Which was it? Dong Hong Kong.
No. We'll be watching Kohaku Rangers.
Oh, is it? If I mix them up, I guess so. Yeah, no, you're right. Sorry, I was thinking of second table.
Yeah.
So the first table we've got tonight, we'll be watching game 1 in Hanchan 1, which will have Machi Cub, Runs of Anarchy, 4 Geese, and the Kaku Rangers, as you said. And then we'll be following up with table 3 in the second Hanchan. So without further ado, we'll jump into the game. So we've got this table here.
Yeah, I guess just to give an introduction to the teams, I'm sure the players will be able to speak about their teams when they come onto an interview. But Machi Club is a Victorian team, mostly consisting of players attending the Melbourne meetup. Runs of Anarchy and Four Geese are both the Western Australian teams that we have. I believe there's also a Western Australian stream going off on the side to
Oh, yeah,
just
okay.
watch the battle unfold between those two teams. And then, yeah, Kohaku Rangers, our international team from Indonesia. So great to see them join us.
That's super cool. Yeah, no, the fact that we've got that big of a variety. We've obviously got returning teams as well. We've got the 2 UK teams. We've got the New Zealander team.
Yeah.
Huge international participation, which is always cool.
And then, as usual, our free agent team.
Yes. The free agent team once again returning. Hopefully they do a bit better than last season. No, that's fine. Okay.
So we should be hopping in just under a minute now.
Yep. Everything started on time pretty much. I'm just gonna turn the music down just a little bit more.
Yep, so as you can see on the right, we see in the east seat we have Pock from Kaka Rangers, Pew in the south seat from Machi Club, Gunfire from Runs of Anarchy in the west seat, and our resident SBT from Four Geese in the north seat.
Yeah, is it the first season SBT has played? I think he might have played the very first season.
Yeah, I don't remember if he played previously. I think he
I think he just
coached
did commentary and coaching. Yeah.
South Australia team last season.
So yeah, it'd be exciting to see SBT throw his hat into the ring this season. And here we are. We are underway.
Right, so starting us off, Dora's form are quite a great starting hand for Pew over there with a 6 of an 8 Sanshoku and an Aka.
Yeah, and another
Oh, and
Aka to go
another
with it.
Aka.
That slots right into that already existing Ryanman there.
think they might just drop the 9s here and go towards the Tanyao while keeping the Sanshouku open. Yep.
Yep, and they do exactly that. Gunfire across the table here has another potentially nice hand. Does decide to cut the Penchan here, maybe eyeing off an Itsu.
And SBT's hand's not bad as well. Shouldn't pair with an Aka and a Dora that slots in nicely with the 2 and the 6 man.
Yeah, some good hands here. They can definitely catch up if the tiles go their way, but Pew Pew had a great starting hand. Is Ishanten as we speak. And does swap to a different shape, but still keeps the Ishanten. As for
nice 6-pin draw there for SBT.
Yeah.
And then to Ishanten as well.
Exactly. He's got that nice 2/4/6 man shape. He's the only person with a 4-man Dora at this point.
Yeah, unfortunate for Pock as the starting dealer. Not that great of a hand, especially not seeing SBT Riichi. Waiting on the Chun 1, so for Riichi, Dora 2 with the Takame on the Chun.
Yeah, very, very fortuitous for SVT to catch up. Managing to get the Riichi off first.
Oh, and we see there from Pew Pew deciding to break the Ishanten for that 8-pin sushi as opposed to pushing that 3-so.
Yeah, choosing to keep a bit of safety.
Yeah, the problem is now what do you do, right? Every tile in your hand is dangerous.
Yeah. Not a lot to go off here. You could maybe... So it goes with the 8-so. That should clear also the 5-so, you'd think. It's a shame to have to tear apart this hand, though.
Oh.
But has the opportunity to get back into tempo.
Yeah, it could have been Tempai right now if they were pushing. Pock drawing both the 1-sos that SBT needs, so still 2 Chuns in the wall though, which would be the preferable win.
Okay.
P here for Pew Pew taking Tempai on the 4/7-so. For Tanyao Dora 2 with a Takame Sanshoku on the 7-so, which there is 1 left in the wall.
Yeah.
And 2 4-sos, so it's 3 versus 2.
Oh, 7-so. Not yet. That pawn might point towards a potential push for Gunfire though. And
oh my god, that pawn made it so that Pew Pew didn't sumo the 4-so, and instead Gunfire pushes the 1-so and deals into SPTs.
Yeah, Poch unfortunately holding, what was that, about six deal-in tiles there? A bit rough. And yeah, it does end up
moving on to East to PQ's dealership. Quite a nice starting hand, nice middle tiles, completed sets with 1 Dora. Very flexible.
Yeah, good. Nice little starting hand here for Pew Pew. Hopefully can cash in, considering they couldn't get in on that last hand they had. Gunkfire just drew a pair of Hatsu. And SPT just drawn a pair of Haku. Yeah, 4 pairs for SPT. So you've got opportunities here. You can obviously go for the cheat toy, or you can open up and maybe head towards just a Haku only. Obviously, is the first choice offered.
We'll see I was going to say decides to pass this one, but no, he does take it and gives the Hatsu over to Gunfire in return, who is now in Ishanten.
Ishanten, and not a bad Ishanten either.
Ooh. SPT gets a pair of the Chun, but PP gets Tempai on the Kanchan 6-man for Riichi Dora 2.
Riichi Dora 2 just missing out on the Pinfu, unfortunately.
Still 3 6-mans in the wall, which is quite nice.
Yeah, not too bad odds here. Poch, once again, you're looking at this. You can throw the 2-pin, obviously, but
Most likely just the north here.
you'd rather Yeah, missed it. I thought it was a west for some reason. You'd rather not want to take apart the hand. Hopefully it's just a decision and not a disconnect.
Yeah, that would be unfortunate.
Just
Yeah, we'll also see what Gunkfire decides to do. Currently in Ishan 10, not really any safe tiles in hand. Hopefully, it might be a disconnect on our side.
yeah.
Right, so 6-9 pin. There are 6 in the wall versus the 2 6-1s. Oh my god, Pock is just destroying people's weights every hand.
Yeah. Lucky or unlucky, depending how you look at it, considering the first one had a first hand, it ended up ending up. Yeah, SPT here as well. 9 mons, calm out.
No, there's a 9 pin.
Yeah.
I guess the saving grace for Pew Pew was just a Hatsunomi hand, but unfortunate to lose your dealership with quite a decent sized hand.
Yeah. Not too. Yeah, as you said, you hate to lose your dealership, but at least it's cheap. You know, you're not down in the whole 10,000 points already. And yeah, let's move us straight on to East 3 here now. Skunkfire's first dealership of the Hanchan. Decent starting hand for them as well. Dora already. Nice middle shapes.
Interesting hand could be brewing here for Pock. Lots of Chanter tiles.
Yeah, a lot of Chanter tiles. Already thrown some of the Yakuhai away. So it might even end up with Junchan depending on how the hand shapes up. Pew Pew with a pair of the East Winds. 3 pairs all up. So it's one of those pretty standard hands.
Yeah. Nothing too exciting going for most of the players. Oh, Pock with another
disconnect, yeah.
Disconnect, yeah. Hoping. Oh, that's a bad tile to disconnect on.
You reconnect and you see that, it just hurts. I know there's a thing with Tenno as well. If you keep disconnecting, it'll kick you out of the Hanchan for good.
Yeah, that's true. I was gonna say, hoping it's not a consistent problem across the Hanchan.
So they've reconnected here again. Full mon there for Gunfire makes the Mansu shape a little bit more palatable. You'd hate to see the free mon, but obviously, you know, completing the hand is nice too. And we see a bit of hand shuffling around here, sort of just waiting to see who draws what they need first, basically, or who throws what they want to first, more specifically.
Yeah. 4 pairs for Gunfire. Decides to trim one of them down. Wants to go for a normal Metsu hand.
Yep. You always get stuck with these decisions sometimes, and it's like, well, I've got 4 pairs. Do I want to keep them all and try and make something out of it? Maybe go towards a cheat toy, or you know, make the play and start cutting them down ahead of time.
Yeah. Alright, nice upgrade there for Gunfire with the 7 mon. Does fund the 2 mon, going towards a Tanyao Dora 1 hand at the moment.
Yeah, connecting something to the Dora like that makes this a lot simpler to open the hand now. There's the
nice 4 mon draw there for SPG as well. Puts him into Ishan 10. Would like that 3 so to get the pin through.
Yeah. but might be running out of time here. Tenpai for Gunk Fire on the 2-5-0. 3 5-0s left in the wall. 1-2-1. 2-0. Whatever. Draws Dora. Does this throw it?
Yeah, Vipin does get pawned by Pew discarding the pair of ace, which had already been once cut, and moving towards a Tanyao.
Yep. Hand has gotten a bit late. If you have 5-0 for SPT.
Might be worried 5-0s, the 2-5-0 isn't that safe, but it does throw it and deals into the Tanyao Dora 1 of Gunfire.
Yeah. It was, as you said, a bit dangerous. SPT obviously feeling like it was not too dangerous. Runs the risk, does deal in. Does open this hand though with 2 Dora to compensate for it. Looking around, Potch with a pair of Hatsu, Pew with a pair of East wins once again.
Yeah, and the double Dora of the 5-pin.
Yeah, the double Dora. Already connected up to a 6-pin. Pew definitely has a hand that can potentially complete very quickly if the right tiles are thrown or the right tiles are drawn here. And never mind, Potch is just going to draw the Hatsu himself.
Oh, another Dora for Pew. That's a manga and hand in the making.
Yeah, hoping for some help from Potch here. SPT now.
5 pairs
5
here
pairs.
for SPT.
Yeah.
Though I feel like they're going to want to keep the Hatsu, and it's going to be the final 8 most likely.
Yeah.
Another anchor here for Park. Puts him into Ishan 10.
Ishan 10. Also just waiting for something to be thrown that they can take, I imagine. I guess not. Doesn't want the 7-1. Wants to Riichi or go for something else.
Yeah. I would have personally wanted to take the 7-1. It's the best block to fill. And even if you Empire, a lot of the time you can end up with that Hanchans 7-1, which isn't that great.
Can be nice to get it out of the way. And that way the rest of the hand's pretty simple. Does obviously reduce the value.
did chi the 4-pin. Currently Atsuzuke on the ton, but they could also decide to drop the tons, for example, right now. They wanted to go for Tanyao instead, which they do.
Yeah, they do. So second hand in a row, they've started with that ton pair and then ended up having to discard it.
Oh, Puck cut down the 8-man and drew the 7-man the next turn.
Yeah.
Which is also bad because they gave the 7-man over to Pew. And Pew's now Tenpai on the 5-8, so for Tanya Dora 3.
Tenpai here. Potch Dharma Tenpais.
They do see one of the 8s and one of the 6-mans. They do manage to sumo it though. It would be Sumo Hatsu Sananko.
Not too bad. That would be Mangan.
Worst case scenario would be if Pop drew a 7-0. Because you'll most likely drop the 8-0. But no, that's Tsumegiri Riichi.
Yeah, hand's getting a little late now. Maybe trying to induce some folds here.
Oh, and I think they were lucky that they ended up reaching, because I do think they would have swapped if they had drawn that 7-0.
Yeah.
SBT, Ishan 10. But
Yeah.
still Ishan 10, but just on the Chitoy weights.
Keeps getting offered these 5 months.
If 5-8, so for Pew, there are still 3 in the wall.
Yeah. It's not too bad. Obviously, the 8 so would be a Tamahaned if it's thrown by somebody. But there's one, there's a 5 so.
So
Diaka,
2 versus 2.
there's Diaka 5 so. And there is still not Tenpai. SPT. Yeah.
Yeah. Ishan 10 for Gunkfire.
Yes, but you're not likely gonna get Tenpai. Oh, does throw the 5
Oh, and deals a 5 so. Hefty deal in there.
Yeah, big Mangan direct hit from Pew Pew onto Gunfire. Does end the dealership as well.
Oh, look at Pew's hand here. Haku pair, pay pair, and mini Sozu.
Yeah, this is... You'd think this is be a Honetsu pretty much any day of the week.
Yep. If they were like the Menzen type of player, you could pass and try to gun for Menhon Chitoy. But nah, it does pawn that north.
Yeah, Menhon Chitoy. Maybe if they're a Sanma player. Dora pick up here for
Not
Poch.
bad of a hand. Yeah. Oh, but insane Tuso draw for GPU as well.
Yeah, another Sozo helps pair everything up. This hand could even wind up being Toy Toy. You could probably throw the East, yeah.
I think he'll get the Tuso right now.
Yes. So this will be the choice you take by. You do. Okay. So, Honetsu, Takame on the Haku. Both Haku and one Forso still left in the wall.
One pin draw for SPT puts him into Ishan 10, but has an isolated Dora. So he's really thinking about what do you want to do, and does end up discarding the Dora in the end.
Yeah.
Oh.
Haku just doesn't come straight away.
But that just kills Gunfire's hand. Did open on the 4-man cheek quite early. But yeah, with that Haku now, pretty much doomed.
Ishan 10
Open draw for SPT. Yeah. Actually, it was Tenpai, but didn't want to take the Forso Kanchan weight. Now has a 6-man Kanchan and does take the Riichi. Riichi Dora 1.
Riichi Dora 1, free left on the wall.
Yeah, not bad. Pew faced with an Apatsu on the 7-man.
Not a very...
Against the dealer Riichi.
Yeah, it's not a very appetizing tile. Does end up pushing it. It will go through. But here comes the Chi and there goes the Haku.
Yeah.
So Haku...
Honetsu. Pew extending his lead into the south round, currently 10k above second place.
Yep, and does take us into South round. So Poch hoping to make a little bit more out of their dealership this time. And it will be, I think, a little bit hard looking on the table here. These are some potentially quite fast hands. We've got double Haku for Gunfire, which is Dora. With a spare one in Potch's hand, that might come out eventually, and based on how their hand is shaping up, sooner rather than later. It's nice 7-pin draw here for Pew Pew, fills in the Penchan shape they had in the Pinzu there. Yeah, some very fast hands here around the table. Gunkfire does open here, cheating the 7, so most likely.
Can see the reasoning.
Yeah.
Can see the reasoning why. Because he's most likely going to want to pawn the Haku, so he's just thinking, well, I'm going to open, and I'm having tiles offered to me that helps progress my hand. That I'll just take them.
Yeah.
I would have personally liked to save them for the Hanchan weights, because the 5/6 is a pretty nice block to have that you don't necessarily need to call straight away.
Yeah. It's a, you know, you're going to have to make calls later, and you're likely gonna be able to fill those Ramen shapes in first. And yeah, SPT does manage to find their tempi first here.
Yeah, Riichi Pinfu. But quite a nice tempi to have here, honestly. The other players' hands were building quite nicely, so this Riichi does put a lot of pressure on them.
Yes.
You can see PP having to cut away the pair of Tusos and left with a not so nice shape in the Manzu. Oh, but Pok hands does develop to a really wide Ishan 10, so he does cut the Haku, which Gunfire pawns and is now Ishan 10.
Yep. So that's worked out well for Gunfire. Now you pretty much got permission to go full steam ahead here.
Ooh, but Pew Pew here with 2 pawns is now tempi for Tanyao's Toy Toy.
1 8-pin, 1 6-mon left in the wall.
That's tempi for Pok on 2 5/8 pin. Reach pin for Tanyao.
1 2-pin left in the wall. 8-pin.
No 2 pins. He's holding one.
Oh, yes, he is.
So, and all the 8 pins are gone as well. So just 2 5 pins in this Sun Menchan.
Yeah, not what you'd expect, but
Ooh, Fireman draw for Pew Pew is really awkward. The 6-man is Nakasuchi, I believe, to both players. Oh, but does throw the 8-pin instead.
Yeah, 8-pin does end up coming out.
And a massive Ur there for Pok.
It's exactly what Pok needed. Unfortunately for Pew Pew, all that work they sort of put towards the end of Easter and now done away by Pok. Big dealer Mangan brings Pok right back into it. And we will go once more. Obviously, Pew Pew here starting with two not Yako high pairs, but 2 wind pairs. To see exactly how they want to proceed with this hand, there's a couple choices, i.e. what you can go with it. Gunfire got some nice shapes here. You're looking for the draws to complete what you have, like the 8-pin, Freeman, stuff like that. Really bring the hand to life. Not really the kind of things you can cheat. Well, 6-pin's good here too. Gives you choices. Does end up cutting the 9-pin. SPT might be a little bit off the pace in this hand. But a shard draw here for Pew Pew. Does fill in an Anko. Again, it's valueless, unfortunately, but always nice to pick up the extra foo.
Pairing up the two, so here puts Park into Ishan 10.
Just noticing none of the Dora out yet. Obviously, Pock can accept it quite easily, and second SPT. But for now, it might end up slowing down the hands a little bit.
All of them can actually just draw and hold on to it. The Tempai here for Pew Pew does take the insta Riichi. For Riichi Nomi, waiting on the 4-7, so 5 left more.
Yeah, not much else for this hand to do right here, so you just throw the Riichi stick in, hope for Ura.
Just draw the 4th shard, Khan, flip a south, Sumo, Rinchan, hit for a 8.
Riichi Sumo, yeah, Dora 8. It's that easy.
This is one of the 7 so's gone, so 4 left in the wall. We'll see if any other people can contend. Looks like SBT is folding at this point. Ooh, 6 man draw 4. Puts them into Ishan 10-4. Tanyao Sanshoku Aka. I think they're going to keep pushing, especially in last place right now.
Yep. If you're going to push with a hand, this is one of the hands to push with.
Well, but does decide to cut the second 4-pin for 100% safety as opposed to the 1-pin, but does get Tanyao now with the 2-pin pawn for Tanyao Sanshoku Aka. Still 2 6-0s in the wall.
2 6-0s in the wall. Obviously, Pew Pew will throw it if they draw it. Poch also might, to be honest, depending on how conservative they end up playing the hand. It is Nakasuji to Pew Pew's Riichi. But doesn't matter, because Pew Pew has drawn the 7-so. And there's the free Ura.
That's all you need.
It is. That's it. Again, as we said, it's that easy. Instantly, well, almost completely undoing the damage from the previous end. And does move the dealership on. So we go into South 2 here. Pew Pew opens with a pair of Haku and a bunch of middle tiles. Poch with an Anko starting of the South Winds. Dora acceptance pretty much anywhere. Gunfire across the table here with a fairly nice starting hand of their own as well. And lastly, SPT, another Chanterish looking hand. Last hand it looked like SPT was hedging a Chanta or a Junchan or something of that kind. Ended up having to fold it away, but another choice here, because they can end up having do that if they find the right tiles. But yeah, Pew Pew's hands coming together very nicely. If does find the Aka 5, so this is now Ishantan, yes, I was making sure.
Yeah, it didn't get tempted by any kind of Itsu or anything. Ooh, does get offered a Haku here. Does pass it, as they will lose their pair.
Yeah, this stage the Haku is locked in as the pair, so if you want to pawn it, you'd have to find something else. So yeah, is not tempted.
Wouldn't have been the worst pawn. You can drop like the 4-man, for example, and end up on like a 2 Dora Tamki.
A bit of a decision here for SPT. Does end up throwing the 2, so you're missing a pair. Most likely, if you want to go for the Junchan. But probably doesn't matter.
Oh, and that's a perfect template for PP with 3-1. Fills the Hanchans with the Dora.
Yeah, very nice draw.
3-6 pin is 4 left in the wall for Riichi, Dora 2.
Yeah, Pew Pew been involved in a lot of hands so far and will continue to be involved, having sumoed their Riichi almost immediately. Riichi sumoed Dora Aka for another Mangan, this time a dealer one.
So passing that Haku pawn worked out really nicely in the end.
Yeah, exactly right. And as we know with Mahjong, it's always results orientated feedback. And yeah, it does open up here with an east wind, so it does pawn it when offered by Gunfire. Podge also pawning their own north wind. They've a good hand of their own, quite fast as well. Hoping to put an end to the dealership and get some points back, but unfortunately, Pew Pew's hand very quick. Ishan 10 already, just looking for a pair. An SPT, another nice hand, but might end up just being a little bit too slow.
Ooh, PP with that 7-man draw does now wait on a Tanki 5 pin, but any Manzu or on a draw, or I was going to say they could cheese the small man and wait on the 1-man Tanki. Oh, and that 1-man from SPT. Luckily, he doesn't have a pair, so he's most likely going to keep it.
You also don't really want to throw a 1-man into what looks like a very obvious on it too.
Oh, with that 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5 shape, the 2 pin could be a pair, and yeah, they do end up dropping the 1. Deals into Ton Honetsu, and really not a good Hanchan here for the WA team. It's currently in 3rd and 4th.
Yeah, no, SPT hasn't really been able to participate. I did win the very first hand, but apart from that, it's basically been forced to play backseat. And yeah, Gunfire, unfortunately, that couple hands towards the end of East where they've dealt in a couple times, hasn't been able to recover from it because the tempo has just been with everybody else. But still South too.
Yeah, both dealerships still alive for the 2 of them, so still plenty of hope. And quite a decent hand here for Gunfire. Many Tanyao connected tiles can accept the 5-man Dora as well.
Yeah, same with here with SPT. They've got the 9-mans, but his hand could also go towards the Tanyao if you wanted to play it that way.
Yeah, even without, if it just ends up with a Pinfu with the double Dora, that's an easy one gun in the making.
Yeah.
And Poxad also not bad. 2 Dora, you know, it's your chance, or also Tanyao.
Yeah. Does hold on to the 1-2 so shape for now as well. Just to throw away the hanging 7 pin.
Pew Pew here with the decision has an isolated Aka 5 pin, which they could have discarded to maximize efficiency, but does decide to trim down their Manzu. 2 mans already cut, so not too much lost.
Yeah, SPT definitely keeping this shape alive, throwing the 6-man. And
there's Tempai for Gunfire with the Tanyao. Unfortunately, doesn't pick up Pinfu, but does have to wait on the Dora.
Yep, 5-man, 6-man wait here is 3 left in the wall. No, 2 left in the wall.
SPT here, Ishan 10 goes with the 2 pin, probably 3 pin next cut with that early 4 pin.
Yeah, A 6-man draw for Pew Pew should be safe next to the 5-man.
Oh, doesn't even want to cut the 3-pin. Just goes 9-man to pivot to a Tanya.
Maybe valuing the extra turn of safety as well.
So 9-man wasn't even necessarily safe.
No, definitely not.
Okay, 5-mans are all eaten up by the other 3 players. And actually, so are the 6-mans. So unfortunately, no more winning tiles left in the wall for Gunkfire.
Yeah, it'll just come down to whether anyone is willing to throw one. Luckily for the other players...
Oh, that's Tempai for SPT. Could wait on the Genbutsu 6, so that's discarded by Gunkfire. And Riichi's.
Riichi's waiting on the 6er.
Gets immediately cheated by Puck. Still in Ishan 10. 6er is also dead. And I don't see it coming out from either PP or Puck.
Pox is secure, and yeah, that 5-0 should more than secure the 6-0 and PP send. We will see this go to Riichi.
Yeah.
And that does end the dealership of Pew Pew. Puts us into South 3 with 3 Honba and 2 sticks in the middle for Gunkfire's dealership here. Either Gunkfire or SPT would love to win this hand. Unfortunately, Gunkfire's hand is a very clunky. Started with 9 unique terminals. Unfortunately, in our rule set, no draws. So he's forced to play the hand. SPT's hand, on the other hand, looking a little bit more palatable. 2 Dora, an Anka of 8 pins. Just looking like a potentially quite fast hand here. Does end up finding a 5-so. Can now work away at Kanchan. Elsewhere on the table, Potch with 2 Dora of their own. Very good shapes, 3 discards in as well.
Yeah, definitely could pivot towards a Tanyao. Does have a 6, 7, 8 Sanchoku chance. And Pew Pew had 4 pairs and now awkwardly completes the 7, 8, 9 man.
Yep. And does end up cutting a 1-so out of all these shapes. So keeping their options open, I guess you could say. What do you think of the potential of Gunkfire having gone for a Kokushi?
Well, it's an option. I would probably just hope for Hanchans. You know, if you draw a Yaku High pair, there's a chance you can quickly claw through and just get a new hand.
Yeah. And yeah, with the 2 sticks and the 3 Umbra in the middle, wouldn't it even end up being that bad of a hand if it's just a Yaku High only?
Yeah, definitely.
So, yeah.
Unfortunately, their draws haven't gone too great for them. Entering in the second row here, that looks like a starting hand, honestly.
Yeah. It looks like it wants to be a cheat toy. It looks like a lot of people want to be cheat toy in this hand, to be honest.
Yeah, Puck just cuts that 8-man out of there. Says, no, I don't want Hanyao, I don't want Mentsuhan.
Nope.
Give me that Chitoy.
We've got some Chitoy enjoyers in this season, looks like. And none of these players even play for the Chitoy team.
Pew Pew here is Ishan 10. Nice 3-man draw. Gives them a pin through chance. So they are free 10 on the 2-5-man. 7 pin here offered SBT. But I was gonna say that they don't actually need it.
No. Doesn't change anything really for their hand as it sits right now.
Yeah. And the hand is Tanya Dora 3. So any of those tiles.
And a Riichi from Podge on the Haku, the north.
Yep.
For a Chitoi to Dora.
Yeah, quite a sneaky wait here with the one cut north already. I think if SBT draws it, he'll definitely discard it. I would say probably with Gunfire as well.
Yeah.
Currently last place, final dealership, and Ishan 10.
Yep.
But it doesn't matter, just sumo it yourself. Riichi, sumo Chitoi, Dora 2. No Ura, but shortcut to Hanuman. Chitoi enjoys Embrace.
That was Hanuman? Chitoi,
yes, and the extra 2,900 in the middle as well.
Yeah, big pickup here for Podge. It does take us now into South 4. So, SPT, second is going to be a reach. That is a almost 27,000 point gap. So you're probably just looking to keep ahead of Gunfire, who does this time consider the Kokushi, it looks like. Or at least just holding on to the Yaku high tiles, like you sort of mentioned last hand. But I don't think it's going to matter too much. Podge here with a very fast hand is already Ishanten.
Yeah, and with that Hanuman sumo before, it actually put them into manga and sumo range for first. So, does have one Dora. Looking at a Riichi sumo Pinfu Dora at the moment, so would need an Apatsu Aura.
Yeah, and it's not too likely to find much else. You'd have to find some sort of like pivot into a Tuso as your pair or something.
Yeah, could draw any of the Aka though.
The Aka, yeah, of course. That would help.
Well, actually, here they're actually Ishan 10 for 2, 3, 4 Sanshokyu, which would be enough.
Gunfire has given up on the Kokushi if they were intending to go for it. But probably the good call, you can maybe call some tiles here. Hatsu Dora.
Oh, that 3-man draw. This is the comeback hand. So currently Riichi Pinfu Dora. 4 pin would be Tanyao and Sanshoku, which they wouldn't even need to hit Ura, that'd be enough. And there are 3 1 pins and 2 4 pins more.
Yeah, a fairly
so
likely
really good
win. Yeah. Really good chances.
That is Tempai as well for QQ, but does not take it. Does not want to risk to Tusodora.
No, so pivots with the 9 pins here, you can find another Tempai down the line. Ideally, you do want to try and win this hand because you just don't want to leave it up to whatever Podge has happened to draw. 3
Ishan
pin.
10 here for SPT.
Yeah, SPT obviously is going to be not pushing anything, but six so comes. It's actually a little bit tense, I think, because all the players do still have something to play for, even if it's only a bit of position adjustments. There is a 10? No.
Tempai.
It is Tempai, yes.
On 258, so but they would have to shove the live 3 pin.
Yeah, it does do it.
Which
though.
they do. Yeah. Did not want to shove the Tuso Suji, but happy to shove the 3 pin. And no, that 2-man doesn't help SBT. So staying Dharma here, of course, for Pew Pew. We get extra points. But yeah, it would also sacrifice potential first place. 8-0 does come out from SBT, which deals into Pew Pew.
Yes, and does bring us to the end of the Hanchan. SPT managing to just barely stay in front of here of Gunkfire in third and fourth, respectively. Poch in second and Pew Pew in first for the ending of our very first Hanchan. And it looks like we will be getting Pew Pew in here. Do we have replays? I don't have access to the channel if we do.
Oh, okay. Whoopsie daisies. Let's just give you this.
There you go. And welcome in.
Hello, Pew Pew. Congratulations on the win.
Hello, thanks.
Oh, you're a bit soft.
Let me just turn you up there a bit. Yeah. Normally, what we do here first. Any thoughts on the Hanchan as a whole?
I don't know. Very stressful.
Very stressful.
If it's just me losing, I don't mind. But there's a team behind me.
Yeah, it does sort of change how you end up playing, right? Because you're not just worrying about your own score. You're worrying about, well, I've got all these people relying on me to, bring back points, more or less, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I think you had a really interesting Hanchan, like hands this game. You got into a lot of positions where like you were tempai, but you had to push some tiles, and sometimes you did, sometimes you didn't. So I just wanted to look at some of them. I think in this East one there was one. What was it? Just keep going.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's a Riichi from across the table. And here you cheat for Tempai, Tanya Dora 2.
Yep.
But if we go back to the 8-pin discard, I think. Yeah, you were also Ishan 10 here, and you drew the 3-ser on the Apatsu. So, what were you weighing on those two decisions?
It's okay if there was nothing deeper going on,
Yeah.
I didn't think the 3-ser was safe.
Yeah, just didn't want to.
It's a bit early.
Yeah.
It's a bit early. It's sort of not really worth fighting so much.
Fair.
Yeah.
And then I believe, when you do end up cheating on the
5-pin.
5-pin does get Tempai, but I don't believe you ended up winning this hand.
No.
Once it ended up coming out.
That was fine. The 5 souls Nakasuji, I think that's alright.
Yeah.
That was perfectly fine. And as she said, you didn't end up winning this hand, but you did win a couple hands later, which was in this one here, right? Yes. So I think this was your second hand in a row, but you ended up having the East Winds and having to throw them out in the end. I don't think there was too much involved in this hand.
No.
It sort of just played itself.
East goings.
Yeah, I have Doras. How do I win?
Yeah.
And I think at this point it was Tanya Odora-san? I will fight whatever, doesn't matter what.
Yeah, you're just gonna push whatever.
Just push everything, it's fine.
And we're not gonna go for every hand because you ended up being quite involved. Not only for wins but also for losses.
Oh yeah.
It was very back in.
There was a 12k hit that.
Yeah. Which is right here, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That one, I did not expect the dealer to push. There was a Toy Tanya. If I had to bail, it's 8-pin.
Mm.
And when the dealer reached it, I was like, okay, now what?
Yeah.
Actually, at this point, I was more worried about that Dora 4. rather than the dealer's hand. So
Yeah.
I think it's better to put the 8-pin, and I have 2 safe tiles after that.
Oh yeah, so you're more worried about you're more thinking about not dealing into the open Mangan. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, that's Mangan, potentially Hanuman. I didn't want.
Yeah.
I was quite surprised the dealer pushed this actually, but anyway.
Oh, just because you're thinking they're going to be of a similar fort.
Yeah.
They don't want to be reaching against the open Mangan. Like in your opinion, and then they did, and you're like, oh, okay, so they've either got something.
I mean, his weight is
big
good.
or
Like seeing the hand, it's good. It's fine, but
yeah. But yeah, you bounce back from that. With your own Mangan shortly afterwards, and then another dealer Mangan as well. I don't think there wasn't anything I can think of off the top of my head, Cheese, in terms of interesting decisions. Your hands just kind of you ended up getting good shapes or good door, and you played them out like normally.
as long as I don't, I'm happy to come last as long as I don't make some major errors.
Make errors, sure.
I guess we might as well look at the very end since it's quite fresh.
Yep.
I think you got Tenpai initially, but you had to cut the Tusodora into the Riichi. If we go back to the first 9-pin cut, I think.
Oh, the 9-pin cut, yeah, of course, sorry. Yep. Not even this one? One more back, yeah.
Here you go Tenpai on the Pinpu to end the game, but you'd have to cut the live. It is Tsuchi.
I felt that.
Isidore.
Yeah, it's probably safe, but that is one of the ways to not be first in this game. So I didn't.
Yep, so you go with the 9-pin cut, which should be pretty safe.
9 is definitely fine. 2 is probably... I mean, I don't know.
It could be safe, but I think even looking at a 5 so cut right before the Riichi, you might be thinking that there's definitely chances it's not safe.
I think the 2 is too fishy. I'm not gonna...
Yeah.
I'm very happy to just not play this hand at all.
Yeah.
But then I think... a few turns later, you do draw that 5 so... well...
I mean, now my weight is fantastic, so I push that 1 tile.
Oh yeah, okay, so because you think you've got some decent chances, you like if it goes through, I've got,
this
not bad odds.
Great weight.
Okay.
Take the 1.
And of course, you do end up winning the hand, which is really good because you don't know if you look over at the person onto your left, if they did end up sumoing that 4-pin or even the 1-pin with an Ura, could have spilled the end of your first place.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So well played.
I figured he was going for probably a Mangan sumo.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think the bare minimum to beat me is that that's right.
Yeah. No, exactly right. Yeah. So you've always got to play around that. Obviously, you can see a couple of the Dora, but you're missing all the arcas, and you don't know who's got what really. So.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, exactly.
But no, well played. Congrats on the victory. Congrats on the first win of the season.
Great, thanks.
Thanks for joining us and hoping to continue on with Soxy Pox playing in the next Hanchan.
Is that the next one on the stream?
Yes, it will be actually.
Okay, great, wonderful.
All right, thank you for joining us, Peter. Congrats on your win.
Thanks.
Thank you very much. Alrighty, so with that, we have the other games that are all done, I am assuming.
Right, I'm supposed to start them.
And you're supposed to start the next set, yep.
Yes.
I bring up the stats here.
Shortly.
So while you do that, I'll just quickly go through the other games here.
Actually, actually, I don't think the last game's finished.
No?
Is anyone from that game playing next? Oh, there is. Sorry, just waiting on the...
Oh, this is my testing stuff. That's funny.
Okay,
wait. Is it?
Starting tables 1 and 2.
So I am
waiting.
All sorts out of practice of streaming this stuff.
The table from previous.
spectator link once again.
Finish. No, wait, they did all finish.
They did
Someone
all
just
finish.
didn't post the...
Yeah.
No. Whoops.
Sorry, while you saw that, I'll quickly just go through here for stream. So we've got Furious and Double Reach with a
someone
victory
does-
on the second table here. Rune with a big 71-point victory for Furious and Double
Never
Reach.
mind. I blind.
We are... this is the scores we're missing, I'm assuming. And then on the fourth table, Janken Pom and Janken Brong both playing in the first Hanchan of the season. MWWPPJ, I don't think we had a I don't think we had a shorthand name for that, did we? I'm double checking. Oh, that's Dupless from last season. Okay, fair enough. And well, I'm just bringing up. There's nothing in the spectator list. Oh, there is. Okay, thanks Tenho for working flawlessly as always. Let me change the scene back over. Whoop. This is the one you've just started, no? Jeez, what's happening? Oh, JST. I'm stupid, never mind. I'm looking at something that says 8 o'clock. Alrighty, let me bring up the actual game we'll be watching then. Assuming that's gonna be here in the spectator list very shortly. Yep. It's been a day. I will have been awake for 24 hours in about 2 hours. So my brain is all sorts of fried right now. If I can bring up this. Yeah, here we go. So in that other game, this one here, the one that we didn't have points for, here we are. You've already just managed to put them in. Nico Saar with Pin Fu Powers taking a first place there. Another 71-point victory for them. What was the name we were going for these? I had it written down. The Darkness Wonders in second. Dong Hong Kong in third. And Riichi Fingers in fourth. Not getting off to the blazing start they did last season. At least I think they won like the first 17 or first or second in the first 17 games in a row or something ridiculous, whatever it was. But,
yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. But we are starting the next set of games here from the looks of
Yep.
things. Yeah,
Unfortunately, the one that we're watching, I just started, so...
That's fine, it'll give me time to fix everything, so that works for me perfectly. Because I'll have to update the overlay and everything.
We could go on a quick 4-minute break.
We could do that, yeah. We will be back in 4 minutes-ish. Don't go anywhere. Alrighty, we are back. Thanks for your patience. The game will be getting underway here in about just under 2 minutes, 2 minutes. Let me update the overlay here as well. So we'll be seeing here once more Machi Club. But we'll also be watching the first games here for the Chitoitsu Sanbaiman. Did we have? They want the full name? They wanted the full name. Okay. Chitoitsu Sanbaiman, Fears of Neville Ridge, and the Dong Hong Kong Club. So,
well, yeah, they want to be Chitoi Sanbaiman, not Chitoi Chuhan.
Chitoitsu no Mi. Yeah, so we have 3 new teams and 1 returning team from last season, at least by name. Because I think...
Yeah, the king is new.
Yeah. The king is new, He's been a regular at the friendlies, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yes.
Yes. And... we are underway. I haven't.
Starting with Palzu in the east seat with 3 pairs. Decent shape. Could move towards Tanya.
Yeah, can go a couple different ways here, depending on how you choose to play it. Soxy Pox to the left, pair of Chun. 1, 2, 3 pairs as well.
Yeah, doesn't go up the 8-9.
Yeah. Nobel across the table. Nobel. I feel like they were Nobel and Tenor. I feel like they were Noble last season. No, maybe not.
Was there a Noble? No, I think
maybe not.
Different.
Anyhow, 2 pairs as well for them, but a lot of different shapes that can be worked with. 7 so slots in nicely there. And the king, early 4-pin cut here, leading towards Chanta Chanshoku, yeah. Already with the west wind here, with the pair all locked up, you just need to fill in everything else. But Chun is pawned by Soxy Box. And from here, we'll just be seeing who draws what and how the hands develop.
It's now round and Ishan 10. We saw Palsu before had 4 pairs. Decided to cut to 2 at the time, but yeah, now unfortunately pairs up the 5-pin.
Yeah, that does end up just swapping it out with the Aka, but yeah, might have had a potential Chitoitsu on their hands, which would have been very fitting in the first hand.
Yeah, you'd think a team called Chitoitsu Sanbaiman would heavily go towards Chitoi. Or is it just a bait to...
It's the opposite of you next Pirates. But yeah, Tempai here for Soxy Box on the 3-6-9 so. San Menchan.
Yeah, I drew the best tile for Tempai.
Yeah, all 6 so still on the wall. And several 3 so. That is one of them for a Chun only. But does move the dealership along.
Yeah, we have Nayuta also in the chat saying Chitoitsu Sanbaiman should have gone for Chitoi.
Yeah, I feel like if you come in with a name like that, you're setting expectations. And yeah, anyway, on to the next hand. King starting here with a couple loose Yaku high tiles. A lot of Sozo choosing to cut away the edge shapes of the other tiles for now. Nubel across the table. Sorry, go on.
Is a Yaku high enjoyer.
Yeah. Can be very very tempting to sit on the Yaku high tiles. You pair them up and you're good to go. Nubel, all the 5 so's.
Yeah, Ishan 10 at the moment. 3-pin would be a great draw to get the Ramen weight plus another draw.
Soxypox here as well. With a setting up with a nicely shaped hand.
Ishan 10 for Chitoy.
Yeah, does keep it as well. Cuts the 7-pin here. Should be.
Yeah, I think this kind of hand you just sort of have to go for the Chitoy.
Yeah, pretty.
Cards are kind of too disconnected.
Yeah. Unless you want to just start opening up everything. Yeah, it feels a bit like the tiles are telling you this is Chitoy, whether you want it to be or not.
Halzu also Ishan 10 here with one Dora, but actually goes back to 2 Shan 10 by dropping that 2-man, which was originally their pair.
Well.
He gets argued up for Soxypox.
3-man comes out here, yep. So.
Oh, and that is a sad miss.
That would have been Tenpai.
Yeah. But still a wide Ishan 10 here. Could end up picking up Pinfu at the end.
Might end up working out okay here for Palzu. Could end up being a Riichi Pinfu Sumo. No, not Sumo. A Riichi Pinfu Dora. Nice bread and butter hand. And yeah, we're at that point in the hand where we're kind of just waiting to see who can draw what they need first, and it is Palzu. Does find the Pinfu.
Oh, and there's an 8-man for King.
King hopefully will be able to find at least something else to throw here. Does end up going with the Nakasuji 6er, avoiding at least the Patsuta. And everyone else managing to not deal in immediately to this hand here from Palzu, waiting on the 5-8 man, which is free left in the wall.
Soxypox enjoying the joys of Chitoy Ishan 10, where you just pair up all the tiles you discard.
Yeah. There's got to be a word for it in Japanese. I'm gonna get looking.
Okay, the King still holding on to an Ishan 10 at the moment. If they want to drop a 1-0, for example, it's safe. Goes with the 8-0.
8-0 isn't the worst tile. A lot of 6-0s, a lot of 9-0s, a couple 7-0s visible. But the 1-0 was safe. Maybe there's an oversight. Or maybe.
Or maybe. It's just a Riichi now. So 4-pin is, if they do take it, but 4-pin's quite dangerous. Because if you deal into the 1-4-pin weight, that does include the Dora. But is now Tenpai on the Penchan 7-man, which there is one left. It is Suji to both Riichis. If either of the other two players were thinking about defending. Oh, and there's a last 7-man. Goes to Rikyoku.
Rikyoku, King and Palzu both Tenpai here. Does put us into a repeat. And we open up with another Honitsuishi looking hand here for the King. Immediately backfires the 2-man draw. 2-man discard rather, not draw. 6-man is Vadora, of which we see 2. just looking around the table very quickly. We have Palzu here with 3 pairs. So not quite Chitoi-ish yet. But has the potential to go that way. 7 so is a nice pickup here for Nubel, filling in a Penchan shape they had sitting at the end of their Sozu. This hand should see something normal
nice
happen.
draw as well.
Yeah. Pairing up the Arc of 5 so is nice here. You're probably not going to
does
find...
not go with the 7-1 drop.
Maybe hoping to draw something around and make a nice shape. I think you probably just
Dora
want to go...
acceptance, for example.
Yeah.
Palzu at 5 pairs once again.
Was it?
I am expecting them not to pond the Haku because they are Chitoi side by one.
They were at 3 pairs like 2 discards ago. So obviously there's something supernatural going on here.
And a decent hand here for Soxypox as well. Is still 2 Shanten, however, quite an easy callable Tanyao Dora 2, but now they do draw another 6 mana. Now, unfortunately, at the moment, they can't use all 3 Doras. But
yeah, they can if they can
could
find
change.
Chitoi. Everybody wants to be playing Chitoi. Look at this. We've got Chitoi in front of us, Chitoi to our left. Maybe. Even the king.
Haku Anka.
Oh yeah, now you can't go Chitoi. Okay, well.
You thought wrong. there's always room for Chitoi.
Yep. Okay. I can respect that. Somewhere. I can find respect for that. Oh no.
No.
Oh.
King here thinking about a Chi and shifting towards a Honitsu, which they did end up taking in the end.
Yeah.
Nubel gets a better Ishanten here.
Or do they?
Doesn't take it.
Yeah, if this rejects the better Ishanten, sticking with what they have. Soxypox does pawn, will probably look to go for a Tanyadora 3 from the looks of things. With the Arca 5 man and the 6 man Dora, there's the South Wind 4. The King puts them into Ishanten. Another Haku here for Baozu. This could have been your Ankan into a Chun.
Powerful, yeah.
Although I don't think maybe an Ankan with this many calls on the table.
That's Tenpai for the King on the 3-6, so... Yep.
3-6 so is a 3 left on the wall, 2 left on the wall, sorry. And we'll get it right one day. One of each. And Tenpai now for Nubel on the 2-pin 5 so.
No Yaku though.
No Yaku. So that 2-pin is safe to discard for Palzu. Not that they know it's not all that it would pass. The 2-pin 5 so is 2 left at this stage. No, 1 left, just the 2-pin. That is not a sumo for the King.
Yeah. Could change weights though, does not. 3 of the ones have already been discarded. But would have actually won off that 4 so.
Yeah, and I think Soxypox would have thrown it.
No, I guess probably not. if the king threw 5, so I don't think the force would have come out actually. Just a safe time.
Tenpai for Paozu.
Oh, that's Tenpai. Now here, okay. Well, I'm just disappointed that they didn't take the Jigoku Chun Tanki. They're going to impart Susumu the Chun next turn, and
I can see it already. It's coming. The way that this hand is gone for Paozu, this has to be an Ipatsu Chun Sumo.
We'll never know. Doomed. Alright, Chitoi Aka. Actually, right. Nubel drew an 8 so at the end and didn't want to deal into the Honetsu King. But unfortunately, dealt into Paozu's Dharma Chitoi.
Yeah. That's how it goes, unfortunately. But we do move the dealership along.
Oh, what a terrible hand for a dealer.
Chat is very happy with the Chitoi to win. Yeah, so 1 pin Dora is nice here for Paozu. With a pair already established. Looking to hopefully find something to connect up to the Aka 5-man. This hand could go very quickly. But yeah, as you said,
2 Ankas here for the king.
Yeah, that is very true.
Yeah, and a Haku Pawn for Soxy Pox. We'll see how long they hold on to that 1 pin for. Those chips just got the 3-man over it. At the moment, they could end up at a 1 pin Tanki if they wanted to.
Yeah, looks like it might be heading that way.
Yeah, it doesn't want to go for the widest acceptance, keeping the 5 so. This max value.
This value, yeah, these are isolated terminal doors can be nice Tanki weights sometimes. At this stage though, unless the king plans on throwing theirs. Well, you have options.
That's Tenpai. Hanchan 3 pin. I think he... Oh, okay. Not sure if misclicked or just focused too much on like Tanki Dora. But yeah, it does miss the Tenpai there.
Yeah. Might just be a little bit of... Yeah, there's a missed opportunity, I suppose. Just missed something.
But yeah, Paozu did manage to connect up to the Aka 5-man and also drew an Aka 5 so in the process. This is the case of too many Doras.
Too many
you
Doras,
just can't use them all.
Most likely we'll see the 5 so come out, the Aka 5 so.
Yeah, of course if they do draw along like a 4 or a 6 so it'd actually be kind of interesting what they end with discarding.
Are getting to the end of row 2 at this stage. So we'll see what the players end up choosing to do.
Everyone's in Ishan 10 at the moment.
Yeah. Here comes the Aka 5 so. And that is Tenpai for the king who does Riichi on the Kanchan Friso. For
Riichi Nomi.
Only, yeah.
And Tenpai for Soxy Box on the 5-8-man Genbutsu to the Riichi. Could have been really sneaky and throwing the 8-man and Tankied on the 1 pin. That's also Genbutsu.
That's a very sneaky play.
Does draw quite the dangerous Warsaw here and does switch. But doesn't matter in the end as King does manage to sumo the Riichi for Riichi sumo no Ura. It's just a small 700, 1300.
Yep, and does once again move the dealership along. So fairly tame East round so far. One dealership left. This hand's looking
Yeah,
to
no
be...
one above 30k yet.
Yeah, no, couple points here and there shuffling around, but no big heavy swings in. But yeah, we've got a couple interesting hands here.
Yeah, the king with pawn anchor. We'll see if they decide to call this 6-0. Does not, and instead fills in that nice Kanchan 3-man for a wide Ishan 10.
Yeah. Just waiting to see, like, yeah, maybe an Itsu can come out of this would be nice. Does break up the Penchan 1-2 pin. Speaking of Itsus, Nubel's also potentially got an Itsu on their hands if they can find the right tiles.
Senpai offered there from the king, which they do take, for pawn only.
Yeah, you're probably not thinking a Tenpai here.
Can't.
Will we see the Diamond Khan? We do not.
I'd be really interested to see what happens if king draws like a 5-man, for example, whether they pivot to the Honitsu. Unfortunately, there is that 1-man in their discards that might make it a bit harder.
We will never know.
I'm just going to say that Palsu could have been Chitoy Tenpai if they had kept all their pairs. But,
yes, chat has pointed that out as well. Another missed opportunity for the Chitoitsu enjoyers, but into South round we go. And yeah,
nice starting hand here for Palsu as a dealer.
Yeah.
Triple ground, then Tushan 10 with a Dora.
Yeah, should be hopefully a quick Riichi for them. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Meanwhile, Soxypox's hand is also not the worst compared to Riaman already. A pair of East Winds could work here for Pinfu, although we do have pairs elsewhere already.
Also a decent hand there for Nubel as well. Tandiao, connected tiles, or acceptance, Sanshoku.
Yes.
Probably not the last one.
It's a little bit far for the Sanshoku, but not impossible.
That's a nice draw there for Soxy Fox. Puts him on Ishan 10, Kutsuki on the 7-man 7-so, but Pazu does end up getting Tenpai, waiting on the 4-7 pin for Riichi, Pinfu, Dora, 5 left in the wall.
Yeah, nice quick dealer Riichi here. Will make the other players work for their hands.
And Soxypox not even entertaining any idea of at least pushing the south, goes with the direct 9-man Genbutsu. And yeah, just continues trimming it down.
Yeah, Unco with 9 months gives you free save tiles while you can draw other things. You can work out whether you want to push or just find more save tiles.
But Nubel here, sticking with the Ishan 10, did push both the 2-man and the 5-pin.
Yeah, so Nubel is our currently last place player. But since the scores have been... since the scores have been kind of close, you can maybe feel like you can dance with fire a little bit. Doesn't quite want to give up maybe this hand as well. Yeah, no, that's the problem with the early reaches as well. You never really know. Sometimes they've got a complete garbage weight, and then sometimes they've got something very good. You don't have a lot to work off.
Yeah, this double 3-6 overlapping 3-6-9 wait for Nubel is really not good. All the tiles are just dying on the board.
It's
Meanwhile, still 3 more 4-7 pins. 2 more.
Is 4-pin just scooped up here by Nubel.
Yeah, good idea to put on the brakes there.
Yes. Does start taking apart that beautiful Manzu shape, and the hand does come to an end. With one Ura securing the Mangan for Pauzu.
Yeah, very nice for Hail there, and again gets a really nice starting hand here with one Arca.
Sorry, just writing my notes down. Yeah, yeah, this is what you want to see when you're dealer. You can just, these hands, you don't need to think they play themselves. Speaking of hands that play themselves, Nubel again, very nice starting hand. As well as Soxy Pox's. The 9 Sidora makes it a little bit more awkward. Oh, 6 months, nice. Gives you the flexibility. Now you can accept a lot of tiles into this Manzu shape.
Does throw the Dora.
Yeah, Dora was a bit loose there, so nice. 6-pin's great. It connects right up to the Akadora. It will be a race, I think, to see who can get to Tenpai first in his hand. A lot of players. The king as well.
Yeah, even
talk about. Yeah.
Ishanten, the 8-0 is a massive bottleneck now. From what we can see, there's only one left in the wall. Oh, great draw there for Paozu. Kutsuki on the 605 pin now. Oh, and great 4-pin draw there for Soxy Fox.
There's the 4-pin for Paozu.
Oh my god, everyone just drawing godly in the past few turns.
Another Riichi pin Fedora hand for Paozu here.
Oh, and it's really bad for Soxy Fox that they didn't throw the 3-6 pin before the 1-0. Oh man, it's gonna backfire here because they are definitely pushing this hand, I would say.
Yep, there it goes. So Riichi Pinfu Dora. One Ura though finds the Mangan for Paozu once again.
Yeah, so people might say that the 3, 4, 5, 6 is really good because if you draw like a 2 or a 7, you get a Sandman shot, which is true I think on the 2, but on the 7 unfortunately they threw an 8 earlier in the game. Would be free 10.
Yeah. And into South 1, third dealership here for Paozu.
Yeah, already above 50k points.
Yeah, this is really good for Paozu. This gets you into position to hopefully just cruise the Hanchan to an end. But obviously,
Paozu with the Chun Hatsu Haku when everyone else has all 3 pairs.
Yeah. But oh, well, never mind. And here's where you throw all 3 and they all get pwned. You're like, oh, okay.
Yeah, exactly. Thank God, not all by the same person.
Yeah.
Though we'll see if King does pawn here because if they do, they don't have a pair. But the hand is quite flexible, and you would prefer to pair up the Hanchans as opposed to having them. But it does elect not to pawn the Chun.
Here comes the Haku.
And Soxy Fox here committing to the Honetsu, which I think is a good idea considering their point situation.
Yeah. Yeah, the Hanetsu brings a bunch of much needed. Oh, that's a great draw.
Just turns it from a Mangan to a Hanuman in one draw. So probably the 1-pin
I think the yeah.
Tanki. Yep.
Yep. So we do see the 1-pin Tanki here.
Or Hatsu, Haku, Honitsu, Dora Haka.
The king is forced to accept the Vajun. At least for now.
Not sure if he's forced to. It's probably his best draw. It is now Roundman for Chun Aka.
Yeah. And you take this.
Good cheat here.
Surely. Yeah. Tempai now on the 3-6 man. 4 left in the wall. No, there's not. I had my microphone covering Palzu. There is 2 left in the wall.
Wait, are there not 4 left in the
No,
wall?
there is. Those are 4 mans. Those are 4 mans. I promise I know what I'm doing. Those 4
because
mans are for
Nubel here
Nubel.
is Dharmatan at the moment on the 1-4 man
Yes.
with Kinfu Dora 1. Kind of surprised they're not reaching.
Yeah, maybe a little bit concerned for Soxypox.
Yeah, they did drop the 8-pin. I wonder if they're just wanting to draw a 2-pin.
There was the long pause on the Chun as well.
Just oh,
There's the Freeman from
that is that's like the worst feeling when you're like, oh, I'm Tenpai, and then you draw a tile and you're like, oh, I don't want to deal in, and then you deal in anyway.
Yeah, no, that's the worst. You're like, I'm specifically gonna play safe here to avoid dealing in. Oh, I still dealt in.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's the point? Alrighty.
Alright. The king here does scooch a tiny bit closer to catching up to Palzu, currently just over 20k away, but does have a dealership here. Decent hand with 1 Dora. If they could pair up their East, could be a comeback in the making.
Yeah. 20k definitely isn't insurmountable. If you just win even a single dealer Mangan, that'll more than half the distance you need to reach. So, and holding onto the East Dora was easy way to try and get to the Mangan if you can pair it up.
We see Palzi here with the pair of Souths and 2 Arca. Decided not to chi the 8, so didn't want to wait solely on the South. I think here would be a good chance to drop that 9. Oh, but does actually keep the 8 so weight, which has already been cut twice.
8 man, yeah. And those 8-Sos that are remaining are in Nubel's hand and could reasonably end up as a pair for them. Or an Anko.
4-man draw for the king.
Yeah, King's hand is looking very nice. You can even now drop a Pinzu here to make an Itsu acceptance, but no. Choosing instead to maybe keep the flexibility around the Pinzu tiles.
Oh, and there's an anchor of the Tondora. So they could down.
And they do.
Actually, it was really unfortunate. Oh, I guess. Yeah, if they kept the 1-man, they could have Itsu, but they return on 3-man, so. Guess this works out for the best.
Yeah. Pawn here for Nubel puts them into Tenpai on the 2-So, 8-So. Obviously, 8-Sos are already discarded as previously mentioned, but the 2-2-Sos still are left in the wall. That would be a Tanyao. That is a diamond gun.
Oh, okay.
New Dora is the 9-pin, which is all still left in the wall, somehow. And that is a 2, so I don't... It does
Oh,
come
it does come out.
And
Yeah,
unfortunately
well,
for the
so
king...
bomb defused.
Yeah. It does take away that nice hand that the king was building, unfortunately, and does move us on to South 3. So we've got the battle between 3rd and 4th here. Nubel and Soxypox, with Nubel's first dealership up first.
Yeah, but look at Zoxypox's hand. Pair of the double South Dora with an Arca.
Yeah, this could be potentially a big hand here for Soxypox if they can find the South Wind.
Yeah, Pawn on the South would be an instant Hanuman. Well, but Palsy here already Ishan 10 with the Chun pair, isolated Chun in the king's hand at the moment, so this hand could end really quickly.
Yes, and here comes the Chun already. And that is a 10
And that's
pie.
5 8.
3 8 is left on the wall at this
Well,
stage.
the good news for Soxypox is they are holding a lot of Palzus. Winning tiles.
And the bad news is it could, if you end up pawning the South Wind while you've managed to draw a Forso. No, that would be fine. I was thinking the opposite. That would be fine. I
think the only bad news at the moment would be if King ended up cutting down the 8s.
And it could end up happening if the rest of our shapes fill in. The 6 8 so might end up being the outlier that gets cut. For now, we wait to see if Palzu can draw their winning tile. In the meantime,
it's quite unfortunate that Zoxypox hasn't gotten that South Pawn yet. They missed out on like the 8-pin Chi and the 1-so Chi from Nubel. I'll just draw the Kanchan 7 man, which is nice.
2 4-pin Kanchan will be cut. Yeah. As Soxypox, you're thinking, oh, someone really doesn't want to discard this South Wind.
Oh, when there's an... Oh, I was going to say there's an 8-so from Nubel, but doesn't cut it.
Doesn't cut it. Manages to find the 2-pin here, at least for now. Upper Sozo is a little expensive on the board. Maybe.
Ironically, it may end up being the best if they dealt in as opposed to the South coming in. But just like I mentioned earlier, the King does end up trimming down.
Yeah.
The 8-6 so deals in.
Does end up dealing in, giving Palzu a little bit more points to work with in this South 4 or last.
Yeah, really, really unfortunate there for Soxy starting off with that South pair, but yeah, just the 2 remaining Souths way too deep in the wall.
Yeah, it's very unfortunate. And does take us, into Urasu here. Soxypox with a 3.2k gap to make up here to 3rd. For now, that's all you can really think of. Second's a bit too far. You need to, what are we looking at here? Hanuman. Would do it just, I think, by about 1,000 points. Deal Hanuman. Sumo. But this hand isn't really lending itself to be a deal Hanuman as of yet. And with the King's Chi of the 6-7, sorry, the 7-8-9, so looking to perhaps just cash in on the Haku with the Tempai on the 7 mana already. That is 171, but that will fit in very nicely into Palzu's hand, who is also Tenpai, waiting on the 6-9 pin. There is a 6 pin. There is...
one.
Yeah. Pin Fedora 1, you don't even need to reach. You've got enough of a gap. You can just sit here and wait for someone to throw a hanging 9 pin, drawn without a second thought. But Soxy Pox, Ishan 10, there's a 7 mark.
Oh.
That will go into the king's hand for a Hakunomi, but does end our game. With Palzu keeping their strong first with the over 50k points, as previously mentioned, the king with the second place, Nubel in third, and Soxy Pox in fourth. A very quick game, all things considered, compared to the last game.
Just trying to get
All the logs, yeah.
log.
Bear with us as we sort out the admin side of the team league. A lot of work, as we always say, goes into running this, and she's is kind enough to jump on and do commentary while doing all the running of the show in the background as well. So he has his hands full. Internet wants to bring up this one. Give me back to here. Come on. Silly Tenho. So I know we have... I've lost the logs page. Here we are. Ah. There we go. And did they say if they wanted to come in for an interview?
Haven't got a response yet.
Haven't got a response. That's fine. I'll just open the log for now. We have... one other game's finished. The if I just bring this up real quick here. So as you can see here, here's our game that we've just watched here. Game 3. Game 2 has already finished as well. 4 Geese and Murasaki have won their game, redeeming SPT. For that first Hanchan we watched. Second place picked up by Tile Dreaming. Third with Pinfu Pals, and lastly Churn Potato in fourth for that game. And I think for that, the other games I think are still going. And yeah, Solly is in here. So Palzu as he went by in the game. So congratulations on your victory.
Oh yeah, thank you.
What we do first is... Yeah. Oh, sorry, what was that?
No, the first bit was like cut off with...
Oh, sorry about that.
Yeah.
First of all, did you have any thoughts about the game as a whole?
It was quite tense, I'd say, because I managed to get this like consecutive Mangan wins as dealer, but then after that I kind of had to defend, especially I forgot who was to my left after he pawned the Hatsu and Haku.
Oh yes.
Yeah, that was really tense, and after that it was like quite smooth sailing. I'd say I got really lucky in the game, and I hope I'm this lucky throughout the season.
Yeah, I mean, you had in South, like your second dealership there, you had this very quick 2 Mangan wins, as you said. Yeah. Which, yeah, I mean, picking up 24k points in 2 hands is really, really handy, obviously.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just checking here. You also had a Chitotsu win early on as well.
Oh yeah, that was kind of accidental, I'd say, because I was actually kind of half folding already, but then Nobel, I'm pretty sure it's Nobel, Toyman, like he unluckily like dealt into me, which I'll take that, I guess.
And what about in general in this hand? You did end up like ankoing up the Haku, and just pretty much immediately discarded it. You were pretty much always focused here on the Tritoitsu.
Yeah, I was kind of tempted to actually like discard maybe Ton or something, but I think I played a little too safe at this point.
Oh, as in you were holding on to it for safety.
Yeah. That was probably wrong in my opinion, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we were surprised, but we saw the Haku come and we were like, oh, well, now we were gonna obviously throw for Ton or something, and then
Yeah.
Because I think there were like two other hands, either like before or after here, where you also had like a few choice chances with 4 pairs, but you elected not to go for those.
Yeah. I think it was the first one.
Yeah,
the first one was like
Yeah, the 2-0. Yeah.
I was trying to force pin through there. Pitoy like just came about because I kept on getting pairs. I thought like I had round men weights, and I'm like, yeah, it's probably better to force pin through just in case.
yeah. So okay, I can understand that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just,
Yeah, but I guess like Riichi said, there was not too much that went on. You had the first few hands here with some decisions, but I guess once you won those 2 Mangan, Fila Mangans, you got scared a bit on the 2 Dragon Pawns, but other than that, it was mostly smooth sailing towards the end.
Yeah. Actually, after I won my first, after I won my first manga, I was actually considering to maybe Dama the second one, but I'm like, nah, I probably could sim with this.
yeah, okay, so you just immediately threw it for the cigar. I know it was pretty much straight away. You drew it, there was this Riichi immediately, and I was like, oh yeah, we just going. Okay, I like that.
Yeah.
So you were considering Dama just because you felt like maybe you already had enough points and you didn't want to overextend?
Yeah. That was probably too safe of me there, but yeah.
Is that how you'd normally play if you were like on ladder or?
Probably, maybe. Depends on the rules. Depends on the rules there, but yeah.
Yeah, sure. He's obviously in this sort of format where, in the end, every point does matter. Going for the more points can be obviously, he's like more than rewarded.
Yeah. That's why I like Riichi in this case.
Yeah, sure. But yeah, apart from that, you picked up your points and then you sort of just brought the game home. You had another win towards the late with the Chun.
Yeah. This was, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it seemed like very standard to me. Like once you got your league, you're like, I'm good to go. I'm just gonna play safe. I'm not gonna risk anything. Yeah.
Yeah. That's basically what happened.
Well, Paul, I also just wanted to ask, as the captain of Chitoitsu Sanbaiman and many of the members on your team being new to Team League, could you just sort of just give a bit of information about like the rest of your teammates? How do you know each other and all that?
Yeah, we all knew each other by like mutual friends, and then when this event popped up, we were like, should we actually form a team and stuff? And they were like, yeah, sure, why not? Let's just like see how it goes and stuff. As for the team name, it wasn't. It's not. Sorry, it's not. It wasn't like brought up by me. It was actually brought up by one of our other members, Mint, who just played in the first match. And then we all were like, yeah, whatever.
I mean,
I think that's how it is with team names.
Yeah. No, definitely. I mean, I think it's great. I think the interesting names are always super funny.
Yeah. Thank you.
Well, no, it's always good seeing new faces. So it's great that the group of you managed to get a team together to participate. So, oh yeah, congrats on this, over 50K win, a very big first, and yeah, good luck to the rest of your team for the remainder of the league.
Yep. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Right, thanks for joining us, Palsy.
Yep.
Have a good night.
Yep. You too.
Alrighty, and with that, I'll quickly check.
I think there's still games going.
Yeah, so I think there is still one game going. That one's finished. Oh, the other one has finished as well, apparently.
Oh,
Can I show it up on
yeah.
stream?
Let
Is
me
it gonna?
just quickly take the scores. I just realized I didn't even update
The original one?
first
Yeah.
game.
It's alright. So, as you can see here, Cheese is just filling in the two other scores that came through while we were doing that interview. In Hanchan 1, we had a win from Tanya Sensation. That is, if I bring up my cheat sheet, that is Watari Dori for Tanya Sensation, who I don't think played with us before. Maybe, I don't believe so.
No, I don't. I don't believe so.
Yeah. Second place. Oh, hold on, Cheese. You have two people on exactly 53.8 points.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't. Yep. All right, you had it right.
Excellent. All right. Second, Kaku Rangers. Third, Junkin Ron. And fourth, Riichi Fingers. 2 fourths for the first night. The reigning champs, not after the hottest starts. And as we touched on just before the interview, in the other game, 4 geese with a win from Murasaki. Second for Tal Dreaming. Third for Pinfree Powers. Fourth for Turin Potato. And in the last game of the night, Rachel with a massive 80-point win here for the Luck Shitters. Second place, we've got the Darkness Wanderers. Third place, Junkin Pom. And fourth place, the Rons of Anarchy. And since all the points are in, I do believe the standings get updated, right? Here we are.
That is correct.
Yes. I can't really... Hold on. If I just do this... Is this going to work for me? Here we go. Zoom it in a bit. There we go. Alrighty. So, as things stand after the first night of affairs, we see the Luck Shitters up top. Double Roach in second.
Living up to the name.
I mean, yeah. I think I've always personally found that players or teams that go with a lucky sounding name do tend to play lucky. But we'll see how long that holds for. Obviously it's the first night, so these scores don't really mean a lot. But this is how things stand at the end of today. And with that said, we'll be back tomorrow with another 2 games. Same time, same place.
Yeah, we should have probably brought it up since we may have many new spectators who are new to ARMA Team League, but essentially all of these 16 teams will be playing 30 Hanchans.
Yes.
So it's a long road.
Exactly. Yeah. These early points that mean a lot. You can basically make up anything that happened now in the games tomorrow or games at the end of the season. So yeah, long road ahead of us. It'll be 10 weeks. I had this all done at the start of the stream and completely forgot. Yeah, 8 weeks and 16 games a weekend. So yeah, look forward to it, and we'll be doing our best to rotate to make sure everyone gets their chance to shine on stream. And with that, we'll bring an end to the stream. So,
And everyone, thanks for joining us for the first set of Hanchans.
yeah, thank you very much. We'll see you tomorrow. We hope you all enjoyed tonight's games, and everyone have a good rest of your day or night.